Hey guys, it's Patrick, and today is May 3rd, so it's the third day of the 30-day Really Simple Blog Challenge. And I want to talk about yesterday's blogging experience, which will lead to today's blogging lesson. Because yesterday's challenge was to create a list of lists and use one of those lists as your blog post. My list and the list post that I did was the top 5 biggest time wasters of Facebook's timeline for pages. I had such a busy day yesterday that actually it was very hard to get to writing the blog post. But I was determined to get it up and get it up and on there on my blog by midnight, so I had a blog that day. I was running really late. I got the blog post written. And normally when I do a blog post like this, I like to have some screenshots accompanying it to sort of illustrate what it is that I'm talking about, so that you as a reader get to see what I'm talking about. So if I'm talking about a certain type of feature on Facebook, I'll do a screenshot of that feature. But the clock was ticking, and I just knew that if I started in on even doing screenshots and saving them and then uploading them with the article, I wouldn't get it done in time. And it was really bothering me because I hate to put something up that I don't feel is perfect. But I had to recall that part of the whole exercise here is to get in the habit of blogging and to get a blog post up every day. And so that was my goal, and I wanted to meet that goal. So there's a famous quote, you probably heard it, it's from the French philosopher Voltaire, who said, "The perfect is the enemy of the good." And that's what I had to keep remembering. It's like, this blog post does not have to be perfect. It's going to be a pretty good blog post. I thought it was pretty well written. Hopefully you've gone to it, seen it, read it, and you liked it. But, it's not in my mind perfect if it doesn't have the cool graphics and it doesn't have the screenshots. But it doesn't have to be perfect, especially in this stage where we're really just practicing the habit of putting a blog post up. So that's sort of today's challenge. Is you might have the same sort of feeling that, this blog post is not good enough. I don't have enough real data in there to use yet, or I've got to craft these sentences, especially if you've been somewhat of a writer. You want to craft it and edit it really well. And if you haven't been a writer in the past, then it's like, oh man, I really don't know what I'm doing. Here's the thing, just get that blog post written and get it up. So my challenge today is write something and put it up there, and don't worry about it being perfect. You can always go back and edit it later, and I'm probably going to go back in and add screenshots to my post later. But let's get those blog posts going. And tomorrow we'll look at some more resources and tools for bloggers and have a different challenge that way. But today the challenge is just don't be perfect. Get a blog post up and on your blog, okay? And I'll see you tomorrow.